the people in Marina D'or who've been waiting for the airport to be finished at Castellón for years, they might ask, what am I doing here just outside Barcelona? I've given up on Castellón because it's given up on public transport. There's no way down by bus from the airport in the winter, and to be honest, they only fly to Castellón from the southeast and southwest of England. I live in the northwest, and it's much easier for me to pop into Liverpool Airport and fly to Barcelona. My train ticket, bought in advance, down to Oropesa this afternoon, is costing me €16. It's on a high-speed train. It's going to take 2.5 hours, and I've never managed to drive that trip in less than 4 or 5 hours, because I always get lost anyway. So I'm heading down to Oropesa to see what's been going on.
Marina D'or, Marina D'or, Marina D'or, Marina D'or.
Hello again. Well, the thing you shouldn't do when you're doing a video is to sit on the balcony when the sun's this low, because I can't see very much at all, just this glare. But I'll keep talking anyway and hope you can see me and I'm not totally whited out. So this time on this Marina D'or video diary, I have to tell you a few things. First of all, there might be some kind of building going on near Mercadona, because there's a whole lot of building materials turned up in the car park, the overflow car park to the right of the supermarket. Don't know what they're going to be doing there yet. There's some other work being done down in the main gardens. Now, if you picture yourself walking along from the cactus area, if you know where I mean, past the lake with the fountains, on the corner there, nearest the beach, there didn't used to be a way out, and I always thought that was stupid. So somebody's come to their senses, because they're now creating a way out and in, of course, to the gardens from the beach side. Good thing. The other thing to tell you about is Vistamar 3. It only affects some of you, I know, but we should all think about if our buildings are safe, if they've been built properly, and if they're going to start falling apart like Vistamar 3 did when all the facing bricks were falling off. Last year I showed you, if you look at the building from the sea, I showed you the right hand side with all the scaffolding up on there. They've now moved across to the left hand side and they've worked their way down there, and some of the pictures I picked up were the state of the car park, where they've got so many building materials and that kind of thing that access to the parking spaces is very much restricted. So that's something to be aware of if you haven't been for a while. The other thing I did while I was here was attend a meeting. These Comunidad meetings of all the owners. I've never been to one for my own block, but I've now been to one for Vistamar 3. We were there for 3 or 4 hours. There were about 40 or 50 people there, and I haven't a clue what they said for the whole 4 hours. Luckily Danny was with me, so I do roughly know what went on, and I'll be emailing separately the people at Vistamar 3 to tell them about that. But you could all have a look at the building and just hope it doesn't happen to yours.
Mercadona, Mercadona,
Mercadona, Mercadona, Mercadona, Mercadona, Mercadona, Mercadona.
I've stayed in rather a lot this visit. February I haven't got a lot of experience of, but there has been a lot of rain, and I don't film in the rain because it gets on the camera lens and everything, but I do go out afterwards with the camera, and you will see puddles in some of this footage now. This is along the front, you'll recognise where we are anyway. I just walk along here quite often, and the path has been obstructed recently by these wagons and trucks, and different trucks turn up every day, including some Marina D'or wagons. But I have no idea what they're doing. They seem to be erecting a stage a couple of days ago. Now they're erecting some kind of building. And then I spotted this, what you might call a gable end, laying on the floor. And there's still a lot of bits and pieces that they haven't assembled yet. Moving on a bit, there's a piece of land in front of Lasarte which has now got some footings being built. I don't know what for. It got my interest because I saw this strange vehicle. It looks like a crane at first from a distance, but when you look at it closer, it's actually got a pipe feeding all the way up it and over the top. And it's taking its feed from a cement mixer that's backed up to it, and the cement mixer pours into the collector on this strange crane thing, and it's then pumped up and onto the site. But it strikes me that you'd only need something this tall if you were going over a high wall. Now, a little further along, there's Vistamar 3. I went to one of their community meetings. They've been having this huge row about the lift contract. It's now back with Otis, mainly to avoid a legal case and lots of court charges, but it's a long story. They spent 2 hours at the meeting on it, and I won't go into it here because it doesn't affect everyone. However, this is of interest. They did a proposal to refurbish the pool area. You've probably got a pool area like that for your block. And this is quite detailed. The total at the bottom is like 23,000 euros or something. And the plan has a picture which breaks away to the different materials they're going to use in little windows around the edge. Now, if you have an apartment in Vistamar 3, I recommend you contact our community if you haven't already seen this and get a copy of that, which was discussed at the meeting that I went to, and sounds quite interesting. There are quite a lot of difficulties in getting money for things at Vistamar 3 at the moment. Apparently over 100 residents have got a debt to pay, so they're going to be dealing with that through the courts pretty soon. Finally, before I go, some stuff from my mailbox, shall I call it? I mean, I'm in Costaz R1. We've been here for 11 years now, and I've never seen one of these before. That doesn't mean you haven't seen one or they haven't been about. I just know I had one in my postbox before. We hardly ever see these back in the UK now, but this is a Yellow Pages for the Castillon area. It's for 2017-2018. It looks very much like ours. Just very strange, it suddenly turned up. And this is a time when everything's going online and these things don't do much anymore. The electricity bill. For the first time last year, I wasn't here very much, so I went for a total of 9 months not coming out here at all, and I'm sure a lot of you are in that position. So you've probably already noticed that the price for using no electricity at all is 29–30 euros a month. So that means you're going to be spending about 350 euros a year on not having electricity. And then if you actually do come out, it gets bigger. But if that's what we'd call a standing charge, that's a mighty big standing charge, because that's more or less €1 a day. Don't want any of that. I think that's all I got for you now. So it's still raining outside, I'm staying in here, and I'm going to put my tea on. So see you next time. Bye!
Marina D'or.